Internet people. It's Chris Kutzer, founder of Cary Spotlight, Hyperlocal newsletter here in Cary, North Carolina. And we are 38 days away from the anniversary edition of Cary Spotlight. And we are now in week 15. We're looking at the insights or lessons learned from that week in the history of publishing this newsletter. So, first up is issue 99. So we're very proud to get to 100. So let's see what we got going on. Safety alert, student initiative at NC State. We're talking about remote work and flexibility. This is very important for people in Cary, since we have a large population of people that are working from home remotely. And we got two sports stories. So we have a safety alert. So battery exploding on charging. So that's something that was important to let people know. It's a consumer alert. And here we're talking about Narcan. This is a drug overdose on campus. And there's like a first aid or kind of a treatment you can give people that are suffering from overdose. And we got here talking about remote work, and we have our charities again that we're talking about, and we have special breast cancer survivors game. So it's kind of a charity / sports event. So those are great events to combine. And again, we have our engagement. So these are links to posts on Facebook where people can leave their comments, and then we can pull that data in as user-generated content into our newsletter. So there you go. That was pretty easy. And now for our 100th edition. That was a pretty big deal. We've made it to 100 days in a row of publishing a daily newsletter. And this is also happens to be our health and wellness edition. So we will have stories about the worst foods, talking about rodent hair in the food at a restaurant locally. That's pretty nasty, but also a big deal. Talking about effective negotiation, freshman's lifelong lessons. We also have some corrections from previous editions. And our cinema therapy, where we're basically talking about, therapists reacting to different movies. So we do that. And have a book recon on gut health. So we have a whole bunch of things for different people, depending on where they are. We had Real Talk here. This is more kind of a mental health story. From one of our friends that we had permission to republish, and people were able to give their feedback or comment on that story, whether it was helpful or not. And here we have talking about Good Will Hunting. So obviously this is one of the obviously an error in our content table of content. Should have been Good Will Hunting. So that needs to be fixed. But hey, you make mistakes, you move on, you learn from it, you do better. So sometimes even our readers don't catch it. And we don't always review line by line everything that we do after the fact. We have to get the edition out daily. So small little things like that can happen. Here's the book. So very, very quick summary. It's a well-known book about gut health. People are interested in, they can go get this book. It's available for free. And a couple of events, and then out we go with that. The next day, do we do corrections? Yes, we probably did. Offer correction, turnover of a sewer truck. Well, that's pretty nasty. People want to talk about that. Duke University settles over antitrust lawsuit. Duke is a university close to Cary, so people would talk about that. So here we go. Settling, make corrections. Um, Obviously, we missed one correction. Here we talk the real talk about the chlorine treatment. So this is another story that we can possibly bring back to let people know that from March 1st to April 11th, at the town of Cary are flushing the pipes, and that happens every year. And then there's a smell that you get when you run your tap. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And we got again our book recon, giving them a second bite of the apple, and before and after. There you go. And this one, we're talking about a historical moment from a sit-in in the civil rights movement, special gas savings. So again, we're passing that on to our readers in the local community. They can take care of that. And we have pickleball slam. So since pickleball, again, this is from the response to the reader poll about pickleball. People are interested in this, even though it's not a local event. It was a national event with former famous tennis players now returning to the court playing pickleball. People want to know about that. So we put that out there. So that's a nice, easy story based on what people already liked and know. And we can put the video in there. Then we also have event spotlight, where we also put the video of the band actually playing at the event. So we have that going as well. And then here we go. We have, oh, did I skip one? No, I did not. This one, we have Duke Energy. So this is the local utility in our area that provides electricity. We're talking about, again, a tragic street crossing accident in the area, 2 sports stories. So again, we get reader feedback on this topic that affects everybody in the community. And we're talking about, again, a sports story, second sports story, and how it's shaping our community. And there you go. And whoops, I think I missed one. We also have our travel edition. So this is our specialty on Sunday. And here we're talking about new offerings at RDU. Charleston, so this Charleston, South Carolina, it's in a state, a neighboring state, and people can travel there about 5.5 hours away from Cary. So we're talking about barbecue and seafood in that area. We have our cruise series that's still continuing, luxury and cruise stories. And then this is just something for fun. It's the Southern accent, um, you know, something you would experience when you travel around. So we have that. So just for a little fun, put that in there. Southern accents, people can figure that out. And we also have here Discover Cary. This is a local park, and that is has facilities that are inspired by 2 girls championing for the special need kids. So all kids can play together. It's very accessible. So that's interesting there. And also having the map so people can find their way there. And it's pretty straightforward. Yep. And we got our recipe right here. And people can respond whether or not they are interested in this recipe. So actually now we have a change in how we respond to it. It's basically if people are really, excited about this recipe, they want to try it, or it's not their style, the diplomatic decliner. So we kind of like to have fun, a little bit of fun with that. Let's see, we are missing the end of the week. The end of the week would be the Sunday edition, which is the end of our editorial week, and the Monday edition, which is the real estate edition. That's the final day in our editorial calendar. And again, we're following a very straight formula of properties sold for that week, um, call to action to get a free estimate. That's for our sponsor. People can let us know how long they've lived in the area. So this is people get used to this format. This is the listings that are happening, and then we ask them for the bonus what else they would want. So we're accumulating the data over a long period of time, so we can adjust our offerings, and then also the summary of the mortgage trends for the week or the month, depending. So. And then we also have a feedback here of whether people found these real estate listings useful or not. And it's always been pretty good response on that. All right, so that's the end of week 15. We're looking forward to talking about week 16 and what we've learned there.